What is up, everybody? It's your boy Devo at Devo's Film Reviews, and I'm going to review Max Payne. Starring, of course, Mark Wahlberg, with Mila Kunis as Mona Sachs, Donald Logue as Alex Balder, and Ludacris as Detective Jim Rivera, with Bo Bridges as BB, and Chris O'Donnell. I can't brain fart. I'm kind of brain farting on who he played, but I knew he was involved with his character was involved with Ace Pharmaceuticals, which is one of the main villains of the game and movie, which always kind of made it odd that how a pharmaceutical company's running its own drug cartel. I mean, a company known for selling for legal drugs is having to run his own illegal ring, which kind of explains the difference with the movie version of Jack Lupino being being a test subject, while in the game he was a mobster who was obsessed with the occult, and ran Club Ragnarok, which was a mob hangout in the game. And insult to injury on this film adaptation was it being PG-13 when it's based off an M-rated video game, which M is the equivalent for video games, which R is to movies. And they have the nerve to make it PG-13. Although I do say it did have enough violence for it to fill the quota. But it needed to step up. I mean, come on. At least they should have had John Woo direct this film. It would have been a masterpiece if he directed it. As if he had the balls to stand up to the studio and make it R-rated anyway. Not knocking you, John, but still. Because that was a dumb idea when they take source material and water it down. I mean, studios quit doing that. It does not work. I mean, although I do have to say some good parts in wordy action, especially at the subway depot in the beginning of the movie, and Max has that snub nose with the shotgun shells, which I would say would have been good for the game, which the game did not have no 6-shooters. The game with pistols, you only had a choice between Beretta or Desert Eagle. But that was an excellent scene, and I just was like just too many liberties taken, because I wouldn't expect it to be a shot by shot version of the game, but but not watered down. And an unrated cut did not really do it no justice either. So, especially since there was kind of like so bad, I had to scrap sequel given over as a post credit, which kind of did not make sense for it not to have sequels. And of course, though I do say Mark Wahlberg did an excellent job, although I think Jeremy Renner would have been better. But Mila Kunis was perfect as Mona Sachs. And I would have had some better take on the villains. Should have had some better take on villains with, the woman that ran Acer being more main, along with some even more references like the mysterious Alfred Woden and the Captain Baseball Bat Boy. Not even referenced once in the game. I mean, the movie. I mean, and of course, but it did have some origin, right, with the or backstory with the death of Payne's wife and kid. But an excellent twist on how it was BB, because it kind of, unless it was in the game or something, because I never really got that, because that game was hard and I really never got that far. So I can't really say much about it, but it did have some, would have liked some other characters that would have transferred over to the movie, which like Reiko Merite. I mean, because that was a cool level, and one of the more epic levels in the game. And of course, the whole deal with Mona Sax and her sister being, no mention of the Puccinello crime family in the movie. Although they just, because in the movie, Mona's sister was just some random crack whore, which was kind of beneath the range of Olga Kurylenko, I kind of have to say. And of course, but Mila Kunis, I would say that's an example of an actress known for comedy transferring over to serious roles very well. And another kind of take was how they didn't make Payne DEA agent like at the beginning, like in the game was with his buddy Alex. And let alone they didn't even show his death scene, which of course led to another series of unfortunate events, which the game and movie follow, when Payne's framed for his murder and declares war on the New York underworld and and uncovers a big conspiracy and all, which led to his wife's murder, and because she knew too much. Especially with how being BB all along. And man, Bo Bridges did excellent villain, but yeah. But at least with for a PG-13 adaptation, they didn't water it down too much. But still, it was stupid to water it down. I mean, although it did have some epic scenes, although it needed at least more than 3 shootouts. It needed to be. Max Payne would have worked if it was in the same caliber as Hardcore Henry or the first two Expendables movies, or hell, in the same caliber as John Wick. Because back to my theory on if John Woo directed it, it could have made an excellent sequel to Hard Boiled, where it could have been like an excellent crossover between, like, what if Payne turned evil and Inspector Tequila had to whoop his ass. But overall, I have to say, Max Payne at least gets a 3 out of 5. Which is saying modestly, because it was decent, but but me and every other person that played the game had higher expectations, especially for a casualty of studio intervention and their studio's idiotic idea of watering down adaptations in order to make something that ain't kid friendly at least somewhat kid friendly. Jeez. That's why you ensure no sequels. And no wonder the professional critics always trash video game movies, because it's a good, they take good concepts and they shell all over them. Man, but I do have to say some good performances, because Donald Logue always is an excellent underrated actor. Ludacris, I'd say, excellent performance of Jim Bravura, which I was kind of a little baffled at first, but hey, At least acting wise, he could do something besides Fast and Furious. And Wahlberg, of course, he was okay. And Kunis knocked it out of the park. And of course, at least with Club Ragnarok was practically one of the few Easter eggs of the game. And the whole deal with the whole angels and the thing, which was almost misleading when they first released the trailer. I would say was very misleading, but yeah, once the whole movie saw the whole movie, it made more sense to know that it was a trip of drug Valkyr. And I'll just say, yeah, 3 out of 5. I hope y'all like, subscribe, enjoy, because this is an excellent film. Because I wouldn't say excellent, but yeah, it's so bad it's good. All right, y'all.